Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another patch overview. So we're going to go over the brand new patch that just released on December 7th for The Sims 4. And I do just want to say that if my voice sounds a little bit like croaky or something like that, or like a little bit off, I'm having some trouble with my throat at the moment. It's really sore and my voice like goes in and out a lot, so yeah, that's probably why I sound a little bit different in this voiceover, or like in this video. But yeah, so we're gonna go over the new patch that just released, and they actually released this patch a day early. So if you didn't know, a few months ago, I think around September, we got an update, or like a press release, I guess I should say, of them explaining how they're going to address the skin tone issue in The Sims 4. Now, I have made several videos about this whole thing before, about, you know, the previous patch and everything like that, so I'll leave those linked on the screen in case you don't know what I'm talking about, and I'll also leave a link down below in the description to the actual press release that they did. So yeah, just go and read that if you're not like up to date on what's going on. But basically, they said that they're going to address the skin tone issue in the game, and they're going to be adding a bunch of new skin tones. So this patch is the patch that they're adding all of the new skin tones in. They've actually added over 100 new skin tones, and they've also added skin tone sliders, and we'll go over that in just a minute. And they've also added other sliders to create the sim that we'll go over in just a second as well. But the first thing that I do want to mention, because this update is a few things, apart from like a shit ton of like bug fixes, they've also added quite a few things. So the first thing that I want to go over is this. So yeah, you can see they've absolutely like completely revamped the main menu of The Sims. So if you open up your game, this is what you're going to see. And this is absolutely awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of the way the main menu used to look, so I absolutely love this. So you have My Home up here, you also have packs. So here you can see, you know, you can see all of the packs, like every single one, and this time you can actually see their cover art, not just their like little tiny icons. And on this like My Home, you'll obviously see, you know, a bunch of news things, you know, the newest trailer, a bunch of like new stuff down here as well, like the latest patch notes, all of that stuff. And also, I'll leave a link down below, before I forget, I'll leave a link below to the patch notes as well, in case you want to go and read them and see exactly what they've added and what they've fixed as well. So yeah, definitely go and check that out. But yeah, I really love the way the new main menu looks. It looks a lot more like streamlined, and there's not a bunch of like moving parts, so it's really easy on your eyes. It's not super bright anymore, for me anyway. I do still have my RESHADE on, but yeah, so it should be like even less bright for you if you don't use RESHADE. But I mean, you have like the gallery button, you have the options. They used to be up here and they're still up there, so if you know, want to click them up there, you still can. But then you have obviously new game, load game, all of that stuff, and yeah, it just looks a lot better than the previous home screen. So yeah, that's one of the things that they've added. So let's jump on into the game and actually look at all of the Create a Sim updates that they've made. Okay, so here we're in Create a Sim, and I just have a bunch of random sims in Create a Sim to show off the new things. But first off, I want to show off the 3 new hairstyles that they've added, or that they've improved from the base game. They didn't add new ones, they just improved some of the base game hairstyles. So the first one that they've improved upon is this like short hairstyle for male sims. Actually, it's actually under the masculine tab. But yeah, I don't exactly remember what this hairstyle used to look like, because I think they even mentioned in the patch notes that it's a lot, like it's very different from the original. So yeah, this is the first hairstyle that they've improved on, and just the textures look so much better. This hairstyle from all of the base game ones is probably the one that's closest to my current hairstyle. I mean, the sides of my hair, like my sides, aren't exactly this short, but yeah, it's probably the closest thing to my current hairstyle. But yeah, so we have that one that they've improved upon, and then they've improved upon one of the kids' hairstyles as well. So we used to have just this one ponytail, and they've improved this so much. It looks so much more detailed and textured, and yeah, it just looks so much better. It's insane. And not they haven't just improved upon that one, they've actually added a second version of it. So they have this one without baby hairs or anything, or like little wispy hairs. And then they've added this one that's basically exactly the same thing, but it has the little wispy baby hairs as well, which is so cute. I love that they've added, just that little bit of detail. So those are the 3 hairstyles that they've improved upon. And now the big thing that probably most of you are probably most excited about, it's the skin tones. So if you go onto like face or whatever and you go, they have a brand new skin tone tab. So you used to have, just your skin details, all of that stuff. But now they have a brand new skin tone tab, and you can sort it by like all skin tones, just warm. You can search neutral, cool, or miscellaneous, which is basically all of like the supernatural skin tones. And that's not even the best part. I mean, as you can see, there's a crap ton of new skin tones. But if you, let's just use the one that she has right now. If you click on it, you can actually see that they have a slide to customize color. So basically this is like the darker if you go to the left and lighter if you go to the right. And you can do this with literally any like every single skin tone that they've added. So yeah, I don't know if this has broken any of the custom content skin tone packs like Mira's skin tones or Limitease's like Bear skin tone pack. I don't know if this has broken those. But honestly, we have so many new variations in the game just going from like these, that honestly I don't even think we need custom skin tones anymore. But that's just me. But anyway, so if you've like found like one skin tone, let's just come up with a random one. Let's say we love this shade. So then you can actually just click here and you can click save, and it'll save a brand new swatch. So you don't have to, if you want to create a sister for this, you want to create this Sims like sibling, like a sister or a brother or like a mom or dad, whatever, then you don't have to go in and try and remember which one you used and how dark you had it or whatever. You can actually just click on like the pre-selected swatch that you made, and you have the exact same skin tone. So that's really, really great, and I love that they've done that. It's going to be such a game changer. And speaking about game changers, this is something that I do just want to mention. But the Sims team actually said that for this skin tone update, they didn't just work on their own. They actually got input and collaborated with a bunch of game changers that have really been like leading like the charge for change in The Sims, and they've been really vocal about what needs to change. And they've even gone so far, like Mira, to like create a ton of new skin tones to be more representative in the game, to add more representation. So the Sims team have actually worked with Mira, Ebonic Sims, Mia Zaf, Rayoni Phillips, and Catherine Games to like get their input, get their feedback, and to make this as inclusive as possible. And I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing anyone's names, by the way, but yeah, I'll leave all of their links, all of their Twitter links, I'll leave them all down below, so definitely go and give them a follow, see what they're all about. But yeah, so the other thing that I do want to mention is the other update that they made. So they have made a bunch of updates to how makeup works in this game. So let's start off with blushes, for example. So this sim currently has this shade of the new MAC blush, and as you can see, they've added like 4 different sliders. Now, not all of the sliders are going to be applicable to every single makeup category. It's kind of like, wherever it seems like it would fit, for example, where it seems appropriate. So for blushes, for example, we only have the opacity slider. But let's just put something on her that looks really weird for a second, just so that like stands out so that I can show it off better. Let's go with that one. So now the opacity is at its highest, but if you go down a little bit, you can actually make it blend so much better. And that's not just for the MAC items as well. You can use it for like the base game items, basically any makeup from any of the packs, from like anything from base game. And yeah, you can make it blend so much better. You can almost make any swatch work on any skin tone. And something else that I've noticed is that CC makeup also seems to, work with this to some extent. I mean, we were all freaking out thinking that all CC makeup was going to break with this, but it does seem that some of it is actually still working. So the sliders don't exactly work, the way you'd expect them to. So for example, you have the hue sliders and the saturation and the brightness, but you can pull on them as much as you want and they won't actually do anything. So as far as I can see, the only makeup slider that works on custom makeup is the opacity slider. So this works for like blushes, lipsticks, eyeshadows, everything like that. So only the opacity slider works on them. But you can play around with it, see what works in your game. Maybe this is just mine, maybe maybe it works differently in yours. But yeah, so that's what you can do with the blushes. Now for like eyeliners and stuff, this is actually really fun too, because obviously eyeliners used to have a bunch of random ass colors that I don't know who wears like purple eyeshadow or like eyeliner, beats me. But for this, you actually have access to the hue slider. So this is basically almost like a color wheel, if I'm being completely honest. Having the hue slider for colorful swatches is basically like having a color wheel, because it changes the swatch to a bunch of different colors. So that's really cool. And if you combine it with working with like the brightness and make it a little bit darker, maybe mess with the opacity a little bit, you can basically create any kind of color and any kind of look. As you can see, it's insane. So some of the eyeshadows don't have like different colors, so you can mess with the hue all you want, but it won't change the color. But you can still mess with like the opacity, the darkness, the like brightness, all of that stuff, which is really cool. And another thing that I really love this on is the eyeshadows. This is going to be such a fun thing to play around with, because you can give your Sims like crazy eyeshadow colors and then mess with the hues and whatever until it's like, something that you enjoy, and then mess with the opacity and like the saturation and everything and create completely new looks, which I don't know if I'm just the only one, but I find this so fun and so like fascinating to mess around with. I'm going to spend so much time just playing around with this in Creator Sim. And the same goes for like the lipstick as well. So I mean, right now she has this base game lipstick on in the darkest swatch, but you can like mess with the hue, maybe make it like purple, change up the opacity a little bit, maybe lower the saturation, make it a little bit brighter. You can have like a ball with this. And this also works with some of the like custom makeup that I have. So it doesn't work like with the hue sliders or anything like that. Like I said, it basically only works with the opacity slider. But I mean, if you take something like this, or maybe let's use one of Cryptic Sims's like really bright colors so that I can really showcase this. But let's use this blue, for example. So you can like lower the opacity and make it something that's so much, I don't know, like subtle, if that makes sense, which I love. I love stuff like that. So, I mean, you can create a completely new look with all of these sliders. You don't just have to use the ones that you already have. So, yeah, that's something that I'm so excited about. But, yeah, that's basically everything that they've, like, changed in this update. They've given us all of the sliders. They've, given us the skin tone update. They've updated those 3 base game hairs. And then they've also changed up the main menu. And then they've just done a bunch of bug fixes. But like I said, I will leave the forum link, not the forum link, the like patch note link in the description below in case you want to go ahead, check that out, read it, see exactly what they've fixed, because they've fixed a bunch of like really game breaking bugs. So that's great. So yeah, definitely go and check that out. And like I said, I'll also leave the game changers who they've collaborated with. I'll also leave their Twitter links in the description. But I hope you enjoyed this little patch overview. I hope it hasn't been too rambly or anything like that, and hopefully my voice doesn't sound too weird. But yeah, let me know if you're excited to play around with this. I'm really excited because, yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to have broken any of our like skin overlays. So like skin details and stuff, the ones that I have, they all seem to work perfectly fine with these like new skin tones. they seem to layer, you know, just the way they should and everything like that, so there's no problem with those kind of things. And it also doesn't seem like CC makeup has broken at all. I mean, the sliders are a little bit wonky, but I mean, the makeup itself still works. So yeah, that's something that I'm really glad about because I love my CC makeup. But yeah, so let me know if you're excited about this patch, if you've updated your game or anything like that, and if you've played around with it. And I hope you're all having a great day. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But I hope you're all having a great day, and I will talk to you on my very next video. Bye everyone!